My name is Commissioner Frank Avila of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. And each year I give an award. And for 2014 annual award, it's going to be Excellent in Laughter Yoga Educational Award. And I'm giving it to Lynda Tourloukis. She's a master trainer from the Laughter Yoga University. Lynda, I am really happy to give you this award. And the reason why I'm giving Lynda this award is that Lynda, as I mentioned, is a master trainer with Laughter Yoga University International for her worldwide conscious gift of positive well-being for the physical body, the cognitive and emotional state of mind, and the inner spirit through her work in the area of laughter yoga, and played in 2014. Ms. Lynda has spoken with organizations, presented to communities and groups, led events, conference, workshops, and classes that have awakened consciousness to better choice and possibilities, and through the adoption of what she shares, it aids the planet in becoming healthier, happier, and a part of the contribution to become the peace in the world. And that's why I'm giving this award to Lynda. And you notice our song, Lynda, that I played. The song is what?
Kids Saving Our Earth.
Kids for Saving the Planet. And this is what Lynda is all about, because we're all kids. And as I mentioned, she's a master trainer in laughter yoga. Now, laughter yoga, how did it get started, Lynda?
I thought you were going to tell me.
I mean, how did you get involved?
Well, how it got started was in 1995. Where am I supposed to be looking? In 1995, it began with a medical doctor who had a practice, and he wanted to stop some of the suffering, and he started seeing a lot of people with a lot of stress disorders. And so he was really inspired by Norman Cousins, and he wanted to realize that Norman Cousins just laughed himself well. And he thought, well, if we could use this as a medical property, maybe this would work. And so he started with the idea of jokes, which everybody is so accustomed to.
So you're mentioning that this fella, he must be 50 or 60 years in age. But you know what? Who I think started laughter yoga? I think the babies started laughter yoga, because when they're first born, they laugh without any jokes. They just come out and they're laughing and moving. So I think I'm going to give credit. You'll give credit to Dr. Katari, right? But let's include also the babies that are being born every day, every minute, that they're where they really are the laughter yoga founders.
I gotta agree. You know, somewhere along the line, the babies are where it starts. Everybody loves babies' laughter because they're just so natural, and they start laughing about. I think it's about three weeks or so into after they're born, they start making the sounds for laughter, and they start stretching and moving all around. You would think they're doing laughter yoga, but the thing that Dr. Kataria did was he brought back this idea of that childlike playfulness and about that feeling good and remembering again how good it is to feel good. You know, we get all old and responsible, and then we forget about the good things in life, and we start to get serious. We get a case of over-seriousness. We forget about what's important.
Well, Lynda, here's your award.
Oh, boy.
The 2014
Thank you.
Excellent in Laughter Yoga Educational Award, Lynda.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for being a master training.
Well, it's always my honor, and this I love doing because I think it makes a difference in the world, and I think we forget things a lot of times, but I think we can remember.
Yes, because, you know, as I mentioned on your award, is that you share it aids the planet in becoming healthier, happier, and a part of the contribution to become the peace in the world.
Yes.
And so
that's huge.
Explain to the audience, what is laughter yoga?
Okay. Well, I was starting with some of that, but we started with jokes because that's what everybody thinks is funny. You know, when we think laughter comes after the joke, it's the response to a joke, and that something has to be funny. But what happens is we found, you know, in 10 days they ran out of jokes, and they also found out that I have no camera. Okay. They also found out that I think we're going to have to start again.
That's okay.
No, that's
keep on. You're good. This is why I gave Lynda the award, because she could laugh without any jokes, just laugh.
Yeah.
And then it makes me laugh also.
Yeah, exactly. So we kind of have a little oddity here going on. But that's the whole point of it. You can go to the history, you can read on the website, and you can find out that this started with some really good conscious efforts about let's change the world. The thing about it is when you're laughing, you can't hold on to things, and the stress that's holding on to your body, you let go of.
Yes.
And when you let go of that, you start feeling, and you start changing the physiology of your body. And so you don't even realize it, because laughter puts a whole shoot of oxygen going right through your body, and all of a sudden your brain is a little clearer, and you've moved your diaphragm when you laugh. You ever notice that? You kind of feel like, oh, my stomach, I can't laugh anymore. But that's moving the diaphragm.
Now, why did you get involved with laughter yoga?
Because I needed to move my diaphragm. It's just one of the things I needed. But I think when I first I was a coach and I was a leadership director, and I saw how I remembered, all of a sudden I was remembering how good it feels to laugh and what feels good about laughter all over. And then I saw that it was so contagious that other people were laughing. And then when one person started, somebody else would start. And I thought it was really good. And since I was working on personal development with people, I thought, well, let's get them to the goal of laughing, because they have forgotten how to do that. And they're a little stressed and a little unsure about things. And when you can untangle things in a playful, lighthearted way, well, it would make a difference. So I went in to do this, and I started with that idea, but I did not know that I would find that as I spoke to audiences and spoke to groups, I found I became a lot more confident.
Oh.
I also lost this asthma condition I had, and so I don't have that anymore. It's been years.
Health improves your health.
Your health improves, definitely.
You're
when you
laughing,
feel healthier.
your body, your endorphins are going.
Yes, when you are releasing a lot of endorphins, while you're releasing the happy hormones, you're decreasing the stress hormones. So it's a really nice balance of just kind of leveling things out and helping your body to return to its natural physical healthy state. And when you're healthier, you're more willing to do things, and when you're happier, because you elevate your mood, you do everything better. And so if you're healthier and you're happier, you're gonna make peace happen in the world, because you're going to feel it yourself. So you're just going to be part of the peace of the world, and that's all we can ever hope to do, is be part of that.
And and that's why I personally, Commissioner Frank Avila, personally, really think, and this is my opinion, that you are the top laughter yoga master trainer in the world. Yeah, because you have traveled all over. You have traveled throughout the whole United States, I think Canada, India, and this year in 2015, you're planning to go traveling throughout the world. Where you're talking about Spain, you're talking about Germany, what other country? France. You know,
they laugh everywhere. 72 different countries.
72, yeah, yeah. And also when you visit all these different countries and you explain and educate the people on laughter yoga, you're providing peace throughout the different nations, because you say, look, they laugh in France, they laugh in Spain, they laugh in Germany, they even laugh in Chicago.
Well,
they even laugh in Chicago.
Yes, we do that well.
Yes.
Yes. I think, you can find that there's a culture everywhere, and they have an understanding, but they all can laugh. Laughter is the same language everywhere around the world, as is stress. And so we're just giving people a choice to say, well, if you've forgotten how, maybe this will jar you in, this will wake you up, this will remind you about what's important in your life and get you back on track. Because you can't help but vibrate your body and move your organs around and change so many things. You're not staying still anymore. You're shaking and moving and laughing and having a good time. And suddenly you forget what the problem was, and you forgot that you were mad at somebody, or that the person that you were having an argument with, you forget what it's about. And But I think one of the things that really compels me is this week, I think it was, the President Obama popped into the Grammys with a little YouTube. And while I didn't see the Grammys, I saw the YouTube later on. And I was really moved by it because he asked all of our artists, our artisans, he told them that you are people that help change the expression in the world, and you are people that make a difference. And what we want to see is as you change and make the difference in the world, we want you to deal, he says, I want you to look at something that's really problematic in the world, and that's our violence against women and our violence in general. And so he challenged the artists to do that. Well, that woke something up inside of me because I've been doing talks on that. And it's wondering how I could go to laughter yoga and violence at the same time. But the point is that I want to end with laughter, and we may have started that. And this is a compelling story. 4 generations of my family have known domestic violence or rape, and I don't want a 5th generation to feel that way. So I know there's a better way to feel, and I've been practicing it for years. And so I want to share that with the world because I think that's what's important. I want to have a choice for my voice, and if I can express it with laughter, it's a better way. And you know, we keep learning and educating ourselves. So to me, I really appreciate this, but to me, I need no award for these kind of things because it's just compelling work to do in the world. I'm not even working, I'm just laughing and playing and encouraging other people to see their smile and remind people that they are what's good and right. So. And
you know, and laughing, we all come from different, in German, you go to Germany, you gotta learn German, Spain, Spanish, in France.
Yeah, ha ha ha.
But laughing, we all speak their language. That's the universal language, laughing. So when you're educating them in the language of laughing.
Yes.
Which we all understand.
Yes, we do.
So that smile on your face, you feel comfortable with a person that's happy and smiling.
Yeah.
So.
Don't you?
Oh, yes.
If somebody comes up to you and they have a happier face, you're going to want to get around them. Yes. If they've got that frown on it, you're going to kind of be repelled. So the whole idea of laughter is just that it just changes our physiology, it changes the way we look at the world, and it changes who we are.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, as a baby, they're laughing already, but as we grow older, we lose that touch of laughing. And so this is what you're trying to bring back when a person is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, is bring back that laughing to them. Yeah.
Our whole mission is to go to peace. And if we can't do all the peace in the world, but all the peace, I think there's some quote along that way that says all the peace I can do is enough. And that's what we've forgotten to do, is be peaceful people ourselves. And we've forgotten a lot of things. And so if we can remember again and laugh our way through some of the, people can use it as a coping therapeutic message, sure, but that's not its purpose. It simply is to remind us to become joyful. We were just designed with joy in mind, and the Lord is in favor of it, but it's not religious. So it just is open to everybody. It is not inclusive. It's all inclusive. Let me get that right. But it's not exclusive. We have laughter clubs all over the world in 72 different countries, and that just helps shape the world because it's a place people could go to maybe practice. You go to the gym, you work out, and everybody practices. People are diligent and they keep that time frame, don't they? Yeah. And then they go to school and they build their careers and they spend years and years and years really developing that knowledge base side of our brains so that we can really become very cognitive, very mental people in the world. A little too mental, sometimes a little too stressed. We also practice our faith. We go to church, we pray. Some people meditate. Some people will do yoga in some ways, or lots of different ways that people stop and do that spiritual side. We focus that. But where do we ever focus our emotional side?
Yeah, and now what are some of the conferences that you go out doing your educational program on laughter yoga? Because you do a ton of conferences and workshops. Yeah.
Where? I used to run the Laugh Fest in the Midwest for like 5 years. And now Laura Gentry, who is a laughing minister,
A laughing minister.
Laughing minister. She is a laughing Lutheran, and she actually is one of our master trainers, and she is taking over the Laugh Fest in the Midwest. So
Okay.
in Ferryville, Wisconsin, she will do training in May. In Atlanta, Georgia, they are doing the Southern Fried Laughter Conference in April.
Oh.
And I know we've popped up lots of them, but the one that's coming up is the big one, is 10 years, and that is going to be in Portland this year, and that's done through American Laughter Yoga. And there are some on the East Coast. There's one that's up in the Rhode Island area that they do a conference because we're developing more laughter leaders, teachers, trainers, and we're expanding. So these little conferences are places that people get together, they get re-educated, they get new information, and they keep going on and learning more, because there's so much more than just ha ha ha. But that's where it starts.
Now, you have done a lot of conferences yourselves, right? A lot of workshops. What type of workshops have you done?
Well, I do a basic one-day course in laughter yoga, and so people can come in and find out what this is all about. And when you can spend a day, we can also give you the laughter, we can give you the information behind it, we can give you the benefits, and then we can give you all the overall look at what it's about. We do a 2-day course, which allows people to do a certified laughter yoga leaders training, and so it allows them to then take it out and spread it out in the world or start a laughter club. We do a 5-day training that I do, and that's a certified laughter yoga teachers training. And so it allows people to take, after they've done the leaders training, to now teach other people. And this way we can spread it all over the world. So that's kind of our courses. We do a laughter and silence retreat, and I have made up many different kinds of courses.
Like Lynda is doing Valentine laughter yoga. I attended a lot of Lynda's workshops, and also Lynda helped me out with the Boy Scouts.
Oh yeah.
I remember one day they called me, and it was raining, and no one showed up for they had a day camp, a summer workshop with the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and they called me in the morning, Frank, can you help us out? And right away I thought of Lynda.
So Laughter 911.
Laughter 911, and Lynda came, and the kids had a ball.
Oh yeah.
The whole day was at the Park District.
Yes.
Here in
they were
Chicago.
stuck inside.
Yeah, stuck inside, and it worked like a charm.
Yeah.
There.
Definitely. Laughter can find its way into everything. Laughter and play. You know, Dr. Kataria, who is the founder of Laughter Yoga, he kind of said that he could describe laughter yoga in one word: play.
Play, yes.
People have forgotten how to play with ideas and play with this and play with that, play with themselves a little bit more. Instead of making things so hard, just breathe in and play. We've forgotten to breathe deeper, and that's part of our breathing for laughter, is because we don't move our diaphragm. And when we don't, we go into that stress mode a lot more. But when we also learn to play, we activate creativity and curiosity. And that's one thing that keeps us out of that stress zone and keeps us out of worry and a lot of the anxiety. That's anxiety or the depression. You're either going forward or going backward with one or the other.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned about health. Is that laughing is free.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to go to the doctor and pay him a fee to write you a prescription, to go to the pharmacist to get some type of medicine to make you well, when laughing could do it all. I mean, it could do 80%, not 90% of laughing.
You know what it does? It moves your mood up so that you feel better.
Yes.
You know, laughter doesn't cure anything, but it absolutely helps you to let your body do what it naturally does better.
Yes.
And so if you think about it that way, you're in a better mood and you're feeling better. So of course you're going to be thinking about better choices.
And then also at Lynda's sessions, what I really loved about your sessions is that we used to go and no jokes. We don't tell any jokes, but we laugh. And once you get going laughing, you can't stop. So you do this for 30, 40 minutes laughing. But at the end of the session, Lynda has an excellent meditation, a quiet time, that she puts you at ease and relaxes you and calm. And that's what I enjoyed also at the end of your session. There.
Thank you. The laughter clubs everywhere that are run are free, and so the one that you would come to was my laughter club. It was run on Tuesday nights, and everybody always remarked that they slept better on Tuesday nights. because we not only laughed and expressed a lot of things in the body and got some physical activity going, but if we didn't ground you a little bit, you'd be up all night. So what we do is a guided relax at the end of it, and we do a laughing meditation first, so we get the last vestiges of laughter out, and then we quiet your body down and help it regroup about where all these little cells have been activated so that you feel very comfortable. And typically people would leave the session like that, and they'd have a little energy for a few hours, and then it would hit them, and then they would go to sleep and sleep very well.
Yes, and because I used to be exhausted sometimes, and my wife Sherry said, let's go to Lynda Laughter, and I thought, I don't know, I'm so tired. But when I go and when I leave are two different things in my body. I mean, I go there exhausted, and I'm coming out feeling great, like a number 10. I go in like 0.
Yeah.
And I come out a number 10.
And what he's referring to is I'll ask people when they come in on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being, oh my gosh, somebody dragged me here, and 10 being, oh, life is good. How are you? You know, what do you walk in like, and what do you leave like? And what I can say is that every session, every time, people move up. They don't have to move up a lot, but they move up. Yes. So they're on their scale. A lot of them are walking out of 10s and 20s, but there are people that go from 6 to 7, and that's a big win because they improved. They didn't. Nobody goes down.
No, you're right. No, and also, you know, she starts the session out on a little exercise. Mm-hmm. That's how Lynda starts out. First, she starts out and introduce each. You know, we introduce ourselves to the class, and then she'll start out with a little exercise, and then she'll go into some type of a laughing routine. No jokes. Yeah. Laughing routine, and it's great. I mean, I would recommend everyone out there that wants to be healthier, wants to relieve their stress, feel a little depressed, find a laughter group and go and participate in it. And you know, you have to remember now, you have to let yourself go. You have to let yourself think that you are a 6-month-old baby or a 1-year-old baby. You have to let yourself.
Yeah. You know what? You come as you are. We'll deal with you. I've often said, you know, bring your crabby, you're worried. They won't leave that way, or you're ill, and it makes a difference. The health benefits of this, like I said, changing your whole attitude about it changes the way you feel about your health. Right. And we have laughter yoga leaders and teachers that are in cancer wards, that are in all kinds of places that are helping health and medical fields everywhere to challenge the parts of our bodies that are a little off, that are stressed or overtaxed somewhere, or just plain ill. So from dementia on up, we are making a difference with laughter yoga.
And that's why Lynda is getting the 2014 Laughter Yoga Education Award, because Lynda, she adopts the idea of educating the emotions. Mm-hmm. And that's hard to do, but what you're doing, educating the emotion that affects all of us, you know, our brain, you're affecting what we think, you know, what we think in our minds, you know, our thoughts go through our minds, thousands of times, the different types of things go through our minds.
Yes. There was a quote about how many actual things go through your mind a minute, it'll blow your mind. Yeah. Exactly, to see how powerful we are and how creative we are, but we are not using all of that because we're I think our biggest problem in the world is not hate, it's fear, because when we are fearful, we're not moving, we're not doing anything. And when you laugh, you forget a little of that fear. Yeah. And so the idea isn't going to change a lot of things, but the more you practice it, the more you remember how good it is to laugh. And
so this is the top laughter yoga master trainer in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Like that.
Really, because I attended a workshop here that was where everyone came throughout the United States. It was in a suburb outside of Chicago, Oswego, and everyone there were excellent. They were excellent, but Lynda was just a little above. I'm spoiling her now, but this is my feeling that as a commissioner of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago, I chair health and welfare of the residents of Cook County. And one of the free things that one could do to be healthy is practice laughter yoga or attend a laughter yoga session here in the Midwest, here in Cook County. There.
Yeah, and that's why we have the laughter clubs, is because, you know, if you're going to try to practice this at home, your family is going to look at you a little differently, or, you know, until you get them laughing, the idea is to invite everybody. But until it feels natural, then you come and you're inside of a room with walls typically, and everybody has a good time, and it's practice. And the more you get it, it becomes natural and it becomes joy.
Now, Lynda, we're coming to an end of our show. How? Let's do a little routine, what they would expect to see.
Okay, we'll do the routine because, you know, laughing is so easy for me, it becomes, it's second nature. But in our routines, we start out with a little warm-up because I never know where people's bodies are when they get started. So I usually have people moving around, and I just have them stretching and moving around their arms and legs, and they're standing up typically, but we do some in a seated position. And so as you're moving around, I just kind of want to stretch your body, and most people will do the, but here we like to play with it, and so I ask people to move their face around too. And then just go ahead and make some sound with that. Exactly. And you should do this in your car as you're driving, because it's very good for your thoracic region to go like that. So anyway, you can move things around, and once we get you shaken up and moving around, you start feeling a little bit better. Then we start clapping. Thank you. But we clap in a particular way so that and I want you all to clap this way, because if you do this, then what happens is that you benefit and the person you clap for benefits. So if you put your hands up and then you put them together like this, good. And then we put a rhythm to it, so it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Good. And then we add some sound, and it goes ha ha ho ho ho, 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 faster, ha ha ho ho ho.